Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for joining me here today on the Integrative Health Coach Success Podcast. I'm Dr. Stephen Cabral, board-certified doctor of naturopathy and founder of the Integrative Health Practitioner Institute. Excited to bring you a fun show here today. I've been doing a lot of thinking about this. I'll be giving a keynote speech. I'll be giving a talk this coming October. I know it seems like it's far away, but believe it or not, it'll be here before we know it for our IHP World Live event. Stay tuned for sure for information on that. This is just for our integrative health practitioners, but of course, if you're not already an integrative health practitioner, we would love you to join us. But this is going to be a meetup. We're going to be talking about a lot of information of what is coming literally just months down the road, maybe 12 months, 18 months at the maximum. And of course, I'd love to share with you all of that information always for free. So yes, I'll be going in depth. We've got about, 8 times 2, we have about 16 different talks over those 2 days. So there's going to be a lot of information. But I want to share with you 2 important items just to kind of get us moving in that direction. Because as health coaches, and again, honestly, I want you to think of, when I say health coaches, I want you to think about all the different segments of health and fitness. So I'm always talking to chiropractors, massage therapists, acupuncturists, personal trainers, yoga instructors, life coaches, health coaches, our IHPs, etc. So it is my belief that so you can definitely specialize, and I believe you should specialize, at least in the beginning. I've given you shows on why, but eventually you want to have, as they say, and I really do not like this analogy, but you want to have a lot of tools in your tool belt, right? That's what they always say. I'm adding more tools to my tool belt. And you know what? I guess I don't even know that there's a better way to say it, so we're just going to roll with that line for now, but I hate cliches. I really do. So here's the thing, though. There are 2 things that, whether you like it or not, it's coming, right? It's one of those things like social media and TikTok. You don't have to like it, right? You don't have to like it, but other people do, to the tune of millions and billions of people, right? So it's like, Facebook reaches over 1 billion people. And so you don't have to like Facebook to know that Facebook, Instagram, and now TikTok are the place to be, right? And so again, we don't have to like it, but we can still use it to our advantage of what? What do we like? Well, we like to be able to bring our message to more people. We like to be able to share what we're able to do because we know that it works, and we know that it works maybe better than anything that we've seen. So again, we want to get out there and share it. Well, where can we share it? Well, how about a place where there's 1 billion people, right? Like that seems straightforward. So we don't have to like the platform. I don't have TikTok on my phone, but I'm on TikTok, and my team puts up that information. Again, you can put it up yourself before you start to grow, and then you'll have a team, right? So that's how we look at it. We can use these things to our advantage. But I'm telling you right now, whatever your profession, and I hope that whatever your profession is, that you blend it with health coaching. I really believe that for the future. Here's 2 takeaways, though, 2 big ones. The first one is this. Within the next, I'm saying it's already happening now. Of course, you've seen it happening. You're probably doing it yourself, no doubt about it. But I would say 12 to 24 months. So 12 months the soonest, 24 months maximum. By the time we get to this next holiday season, biometric tracking will be mainstream. You might say, well, it's already mainstream now. It's not. It is not mainstream now. Yes, a lot of people own an Apple Watch, but they don't own it because of biometric tracking. They own an Apple Watch because they own an iPhone, and Apple's really good at marketing. So they don't know how to use their heart rate variability on their Apple Watch. They don't know how to do probably much except for the steps, right? An Apple Watch is a good tool. I've done a review on that. I'll link it up today. If you go to stephencabral.com, apologies. If you go to ihp.coach/118, I will link it up for you. The different podcasts I've done on the Apple Watch, the Oura Ring. I've done the BioStrap. I've done a bunch of biometric-based devices. So I'll share those breakdowns with you. But here's the thing. This is really important. It is becoming more mainstream. More and more people are wearing their Oura Ring. Let me grab mine right now. It's charging. And there it is. I'll take it right off the charger. I like to give it a little shake first. I don't know if that gets off any of the radiation, but I like to think of it that way after it comes off the charger. So I put it right on my finger. And again, I'm back to checking my biometrics. And the nice thing is people know that they want EMF mode, turned off. They want to put it on airplane mode. So these things are super easy to do, to turn off Bluetooth or to turn off airplane mode. I even did that when I used to wear my Apple Watch. So here's the thing though. Yes, we as an industry may already be doing these things. All right. We might be tracking our sleep, but I'm telling you right now, it's going to become ubiquitous. It's going to become a part of our culture. Is it going to be everyone in the world? No, of course not. But it's going to be your clients, right? Because not everyone in the world is going to come to see you for health, because the truth is that most people are going to be looking towards their medical doctor for a medication. It's a sad truth, but it is how our society has been raised since birth. We, as IHPs and people that care, are doing our best to change that thinking. But the truth is, we can only speak to those that have already been converted, that already believe in this thing we call natural health, right? And exercise and diet and fitness, etc. So, first things first, there's two things you need to learn. First, I'm telling you this. If you're not already tracking your biometrics, you need to be doing it yourself, all right? And the reason is that your clients will be like, hey, what's that ring on your finger? Or what's that strap on your wrist? Or again, like I have so many of them hanging around my desk here, right? So I've got my Apple Watch here, I've got the Bio Strap, I've got all sorts of different devices. You can see them kind of all over my desk if you're watching this on video. So here's the thing. The reason you want to do it first is because you always want firsthand knowledge, and your clients look to you as the guide for their health. So once you've helped them achieve their wellness, their weight loss, their anti-aging, or anti-aging is all part of this, their goals, you're going to say, hey, have you thought about tracking your sleep? Have you thought about tracking your heart rate variability, your breath rate, your oxygen, all these different things? Because then that is the next stage that you're going to take them on for their own development and their overall health and wellness. So again, in a health practice, I mean, if you come to work with us, we're going to help you get well in a maximum, probably 6 months. Honestly, it's probably going to take 6 months. Like the hardest of the hard cases, we've already seen massive results by 6 months, and we already know we're on the path, and we'll work with them for the next 3-6 months, whatever it might be, to overcome the hardest of the hard. But after that, it's like, okay, well, what are we doing? Well, we want to make sure we're maintaining those results, because you could slide backwards, right? That's just how humans work. And the thing is, there's always the next level. And so being able to track just even your sleep alone is such a niche in and of itself. So first, use it yourself, get comfortable. Clients are going to ask what you're doing, and then you're going to be able to share more on social, and then you're going to be able to add that onto your list of services. All right, so that's the first one. The second one is this: at-home lab testing. You know that I'm a huge proponent of at-home lab testing, but I'm, again, just as big a proponent of knowing your biometrics. Why? Because this little ring right here and the BioStrap and the other things that I talk about, they tell me what's going on inside my body. I can have a hunch when I wake up how I did with sleep last night. Sure, there's no doubt about that. But if I'm using this over time, I know where my recovery is at. That's the bottom line. And so when I run at-home labs, well, what am I doing? Well, I'm basically doing that to an even greater degree, because I can look at my deficiencies for my vitamins and my minerals and my omegas and my amino acids and my neurotransmitters and everything else. And then I can look at my toxicities, which are basically the same thing flipped upside down, plus pesticides, formaldehydes, all sorts of different things, triclosan, you name it, in the environment. So that is where we are moving as industry, in industry and field in general. Biometrics have been here for a while, but they are now phenomenal. They are now super easy to use, and they're only going to get that much better. The difference is people are going to look to you, which one should I use? Because there are so many. So I'll basically say to people, listen, do you want to wear one on your wrist? Do you want to wear one on your chest? Do you want to wear one on your ring? And then also, what do you mainly want it for? Do you want it for motivation, or do you want it just for sleep? Because if you want it for motivation, Apple Watch is going to be the watch, right? If you want it for sleep, okay, then I'm going with, at least, again, this will change, but this is me, right, recording this in this moment, then it'll be the BioStrap for sleep, no doubt about it. And then if you want one for like overall, very close accuracy, but not at very, very close, but it does it all, well, then that's the Oura Ring, right? So I can then customize it for the individual. And these things, yes, they're a couple $100 investment for yourself, but I mean, the truth is, what's that going to do? That's going to pay for itself with one new client that signed on because you know how to do these things, right? I mean, that just is much more for your expertise. Okay, so now at-home lab testing is the next level. They might not be doing it with you because maybe you don't do at-home lab testing. And to be honest, you never have to if you don't want to. But believe you me, you need to know what it's all about. As a personal trainer, as a chiropractor, as an acupuncturist, as an esthetician, you should know about food sensitivity testing, because tens of millions of people doing it every single year, right? Every single year. And you should know about heavy metals, and you should know about, gut testing, those things. Maybe you've done it on yourself, maybe you haven't, but you should at least be knowledgeable about the talk, right? About the industry and how they'd be able to access that, and then what you would be able to do based on that data. Again, if you become an integrative health practitioner level 2, you can do these yourself. You can literally learn how to read and run these labs. It's amazing. But let's say you never decide to do that. Okay, so what do? Well, you'll know from a high level, and I'm going to give you free podcasts. So again, go to I keep saying that. Go to ihp.coach/118, and I'm going to put a link to my case studies. All right. So my case studies take you through screen shares of the different labs that are out there in the industry. And then you'll learn from a high level what they look like. So again, you're not going to be able to read them for your client. You're not certified to do that, again, unless you become IHP level 2 or you graduate through another certification. That's fine as well. Or maybe you're already a naturopathic doctor, or you're someone that has learned how to do this postdoctoral wise. So here's the thing. You want to be knowledgeable enough to say, oh, okay, got it. I understand you tested IgG sensitive for eggs. Well, the nutrition plan I gave you then, we're going to substitute eggs for, and then you'll just substitute it, right? Like you'll understand that this isn't hocus pocus, that this is the real deal, that we're testing immunoglobulins, we're testing for intestinal permeability. And then these things over time with elimination probably could be added back to the diet. So you want to be familiar. That's basically what I'm saying. You don't have to be the expert in biometrics if you choose not to. But I'm telling you, choose one device, and if it's the Apple Watch, great. If it's the Oura Ring, great. Or BioStrap or Whoop Strap or whatever you want to use. And I'm going to be reviewing some more in the future too. So again, stay tuned because my mind doesn't change, okay? My mind is not changing. However, the industry is changing. And when a better device comes out, well, I'm literally agnostic in what I decide to promote. I promote the best for people. I always put people over profits. There's no company in the world that's paying me to say, oh, tell everybody we're the best. No, that's literally not happening. I do my own independent research. For the most part, I'm purchasing these devices and I give you my recommendation and I practice what I preach. I'm literally wearing these things and using these things. So here's the thing. My recommendation is that you choose one of those devices. Check out my previous podcast on the Cabral concept for the Apple review, BioStrap review, Oura Ring review. I used the Whoop Strap, but I talked about that before in the past. I didn't review their newest one for specific reasons. Choose the one that you feel is going to work best for you and for your clients. Like that's typically what I do is like, well, what would I recommend for my clients? And if I was a personal trainer, I'm probably recommending the Apple Watch. And it does not do a great job at sleep tracking. It's fine. It's okay. It's not even adequate. It's okay. It does its best job at tracking fitness. So if you want steps per day, right? If you want steps per day, total movement, then you want the Apple Watch because it's also motivating. Like, did you get in your 20 minutes today, your 25 minutes of exercise today? And it shows you right on your wrist. And so you want to close all those rings, if you know what I'm talking about. If you use a BioStrap, if you use an Oura Ring, or you use a lot of these other devices such as Whoop, you need to go on your phone. So it's not showing you, right? It's not showing you where you're at. It's not as motivational, okay? Because you have to be inside the app all day. So, but again, I'll let you choose. What you're thinking about though is how could this best serve my clients? That's always the first question. And second, how can I add this to my practice as a value add? Because again, there's a lot of personal trainers, there's a lot of health coaches, there's a lot of massage therapists, there's a lot of acupuncturists, there's a lot of chiropractors, a lot of everybody, right? There's a lot of everybody. So if the client's going to choose, why would I choose this person? They say, oh, I get health coaching, but then I also get someone who's knowledgeable about tracking sleep and biometrics and at-home labs, right? Like it's all of these things. So if a client says, well, I'm going to choose between person who's going to do health coaching and this person who's going to do health coaching with all of these different things included in one package, well, then it's a no-brainer, right? So that is why I bring you these shows, because I want to be able to provide you with value, and I want you then to show that value to your prospective clients and current clients as well. Hopefully this show has been helpful. I'm going to be talking much more on this subject in the future, but again, I wanted to bring that to you. And of course, we'll be going in depth with a lot of this this coming October at IHP World Live event. So more coming soon. Take care, everyone. Have an amazing week.